Hi. We connected, have we? We're connecting through the love of the universe. We're connecting through the love of the universe. We are connected. The airs and the molecules miraculously, marvelously, and miraculously are connecting us. The tree of life is connecting us, and we are connected. We're going to do the video blessing. New greetings. The light is on in all our hearts, even if a little dim in some right now. And look out, because this is the time of the day of One coming. This is the time of the Riszen Mahadevi and the Astrareya and Ashera, and Hera, and all of the traditions of Marayama. And we are the Durga, bringing love to vanquish and transform evil in our world. And although there are people resisting their transformation, it will occur. It will occur because we are doing this broadcast, and we will make sure that everyone does know how we are reaching out. A little dim in some right now, but they will again be brighter very soon, because all are being co-drafted now to save our planet. We have with us, and of course the light is on in all our hearts. We have with us fresh, marvelous, miraculous budding flowers in water, and it is the beginning of spring in the southern hemisphere, and is the golden autumn. Autumn means golden time in the northern hemisphere, and through the millennial golden rule, it will always become so in our hearts. Hugs and love to all, both and each. We are praying to the Mother, Father, Goddess, God, especially the mother aspect, which has been neglected, is strong right now. For all of you, as our Kazina sisters and young Kazina sisters and cousin brothers every day, and all people on all of planet Earth and beyond in our universe. We have with us the milk of human kindness. We have with us the milk of human kindness for all, both and each, and everyone. I sip to represent everyone. And we've been in touch with many people today, and will continue to be this evening, because we're linking day and night. It's all one in the universe. We have the illusion of a moment of daylight and starlight and moonlight, but they're actually all one in universal time. And it's all continually a circle. We have with us the water of loving, living planets, which we must sustain our Earth to be, and we do so now, in a glass that shows the sun, our star, and the moon, and all the stars. I sip to represent everyone on this planet, my most beloved and better known family, and all those I will know and come to know, all as one family community. I sip to represent everyone, we sip milk and water to represent the flow of love and the flow of life. Nothing, no walls can keep this out. No willful separation, nothing can keep this out. Because love conquers all. We have with us fresh fruits of the earth, like the rainbow of humanity and of light, with white wrapped in gold and world globe chocolates. There are fresh cakes in the refrigerator, and we're connecting the holidays of spring and autumn simultaneously, all as a circle and everything in between. And we'll celebrate and re-celebrate all birthdays and holidays of spring and autumn and all the seasons, with spring and a golden autumn that is youthful golden rule in everyone's hearts. We'll co-live, we'll co-love, co-live, co-grow, co-enlighten, co-heal, co-learn, and co-lead together. We'll co-love, co-live, co-grow, co-enlighten, co-heal, co-learn, and co-lead together. I represent all the great and grandmothers and children, female and male, including young and young at heart cousinas, and the young at heart cousins and brothers, including great and grandpas and cousins through me. All sisters and brothers who either have or soon will figure out with me, and more. All are precious value. All mistakes can be forgiven if we understand that we are in a mistaken paradigm that is called patriarchy, and the Riszen paradigm is egalitarian love, which is introduced by reparation to the female, and all those who were last come first in this deliverance of our world. And all mistakes can be forgiven. Those of the fallen, those of the haughty, everything can be forgiven if we understand that everyone gains from the new millennial golden rule. Everyone just needs to wake up quickly now so they don't cause more problems and rediscover love power you have to share. I'll come to you and you'll come to visit me and meet me in the air very soon. And then we'll gather together also on the ground. The kitty cats are purring highs to all. They definitely always are. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Namaste and ba'ahava. L'chaim, shalom, loving peace, culture, and every blessing. Pache mir, every blessing in all languages. Go to the angels with us here on earth. We are the angels, and I'm going to be calling some soon. More. We've already reached out to some people. Some people need a little gentle shaming. Some people know that they're already mostly in the light, but it's all about patriarchy, and those who cannot face that will find that they are on the wrong paradigm, and things begin to happen that will bring them back to me. Now, I am a Libran. I am the risen goddess Astra Rhea personified, the risen Asherah personified, the risen Amaterasu personified, the risen Mara personified, and the Durga. And we are coordinating together the holidays of many traditions. This is the ancient Judeo-Christian holiday of Rosh Hashanah, which was my birthday, and moving toward the Day of Atonement, which actually is every day once you drop patriarchy. And the Durga Puja of the Hindu tradition the Mahadevi mother risen in me, because my family tree connects all traditions, and I know that this is my purpose and was always my purpose. Now, my family and I and community did not know this through much of my life, and I'm very late rising, but I am rising, and it's already been known by many, and I'll make this known today and this week, and it will be known that I have risen in this week of my birthday, and I think a goddess needs and deserves more than a couple of days. She gets at least a week, and I am taking it. And all of this will work both presently and retroactively and proactively in time. My love takes care of it all. It is big enough for the whole universe. I am a goddess risen, incarnated as we all are, when we recognize the importance of our casinas, our sisters, and all the brothers recognize the importance of the women, their relatedness to one another, their relatedness to children, female and male, youth, female and male, and therefore then older men too, who must learn from this turning of the circle to put that which was first for a moment last, while that which was last comes first, and we create the new circle in which all benefit equally and completely. All mistakes can be forgiven. Everyone just needs to wake up quickly now so they don't cause more problems, and rediscover now love power that you have and share again. And I want to say that we are fulfilling Galatians 3:28 on 3:28. This broadcast will be available to many people and is being connected with soon, and will be broadcast all this evening with many people, more people who will be contacted than already were. And we have already reconnected in consciousness many casinas who are trepidatious and hesitant, but I am risen for them, and I am the intermediary to rise for the women who have been actually very much through an interactive process of their own already injury under patriarchy, interacting with some of our mistakes and their mistakes, so that the delay came about in this rising. It should have been in 2000, and I am dating it back to 2001 calendar, 500 and whatever it is on the other calendar, and whatever thousands it is on whatever calendar, because we're going to start a new calendar that integrates all the calendars in the love and life and light of our universe. This is the power of the Mother, Father, Goddess, God. I cannot fail. It is with true love, and I'm a little bit logistically behind my schedule. But 3:28 and 3:29 and 3:27 and 3:25, these are all connected. And 3:25 is the reciprocal of my birth date, 9/25, the day that my great Casina's, one of her great partners, Lynn Margulies's great partner, Carl Sagan, said was the beginning of life on Earth on the cosmic calendar. And now we are going to extend life from Earth into the universe. The whole universe is listening, and we will soon make it possible for everyone on Earth to know that we have done this on their behalf, and connect with us even this evening as we connect Sunday and Monday, the power of the sun and the power of the moon together, and the stars and the moon, with the stars being the suns together. I am Astra Rhea, risen, as was predicted in Greek mythology and Greco-Roman mythology. It was the mythology of the Minoan time, the time that the people of Crete had a 1,000-year civilization thought to be Atlantis. And also it was the time of Durga and all the Devi, Mahadevis of the Hindu tradition, of the Vedic tradition, which also lasted 100 years. I am bringing them back. We are going to bring forth our women who have been very dumbed down, and our men who have been very over arrogantized by what has occurred in a miscabobulated, a kind of mishap of feminism in U.S. North America because of the ripple effect of actually my absence, a geographical absence from my hometown. But we have let them know that we are rising on their behalf, and we are in our hearts connected with them. And even if they are not ready to connect yet fully with one another and with me, the universe will handle it, because I have enough of an understanding to understand that this was the necessity of this time, and I am doing this, and it is not too late, because love does expand time, and love is what I have for everyone. I have forgiveness for all. That doesn't mean I'm a wet noodle. That doesn't mean that I just say everything is fine and hunky-dory. No, we need a new paradigm, and that means for a while that the last shall be first. The phrase from Galatians 3:28 is that female and male are equal in anointedness, is what it means. It was spoken, referenced, it was delivered to us by a male who was of a culture that was very patriarchal in his time and did not have many females around him to have the exact right phrasing. The exact right phrasing, which I am delivering now, 3:28, as the Messiah, co-Messiah, Sevyara, co-Sevyara, that I am, is female and male are equal in anointedness, and there is no hierarchy or separation among not only Jew and Gentile, but any nationality or any place of origin or any hue on this planet, because we are all of one family, one community, the beloved one family of the Mother, Father, Goddess, God, who created us all, loves us all, and is extending the time until I accomplish this task correctly, and is giving me this time between my birthday, which is also the birthday of many, many millions of people, including, and women, let's start with, and young people under age 37, and minority people, let's start with, and people without accumulated wealth, let's start with. And it's also the birthday of Gloria Jean Watkins Bell Hooks, the great purveyor of understanding about patriarchy and how it operates not only in men but in women. And without therapeutic and empathic attention, people devolve toward it because it has held us in its grip for some thousands of years, even though it is not natural and it is not necessary. And egalitarianism is what we need now, and we shall have. And we will have our reparative time, reparative comma, you might say, time of female sharing and mutuality and decision making. And I am making the decision here on behalf of everyone. And our young people, female and male, and all our minorities and all those who have been without accumulated wealth. They come first, and we are rising with them first, and then we will give also abundant wealth to those who are already of accumulated wealth and a majority race and older age. They shall share with the last that shall become first. Those that have been first shall become with the last, all simultaneously, with the power of empathy, of the betazoids, of the Star Trek presaging. This is the best anthropology that we can reach out to a popular audience with. The empathy of the betazoids, the youth of the Riszen primes, the golden heart of the Aurelians, and the logic of the Vulcans, and the power of matter energy transfer, which I am doing today, because I know that even though there are cell phones closed to me and doors closed to me, Goddess God is listening to me and knows that I am broadcasting this in such a way, and all this now and this evening, that other people will know. So we're going to go about the business of sending some emails and letting people know more about this. And I have to right now learn something in order to do that. So I'm going to take the time to do that, and you're going to bear with me. I am the daughter of the mother and the father, especially Riszen of the mother, because the mother was ignored for many centuries and millennia. This is her millennia and Riszen, and the father wants it that way and wants her to come forth in full protection of our world. So let me just see what I can do with regard to sending out some emails here. We still have some sunlight. It may be in the evening in some places, but it's still in mid-afternoon in other places. And so we know that, and we're going to continue this into Monday, connecting Sunday and Monday. So we have the light of all our celestial bodies, all valued and equally. And I am the sun daughter, so even Mondays are Sundays with me. I am a risen sun child, and I am the ray of the Ra of light, and I make Monday into Sunday, and I make Tuesday into Sunday. I make Wednesday into Sunday. I make every day into Sunday. I am the risen sun of the daughter. And I am going to be, I have already interceded for the sun and for the sons, for the other daughters and for the sons. I intercede on their behalf. They are still, right now, not fully atoned, not fully awake, but I am awake for them. And this will be recorded, and they will know that that is the case, and they shall co-lead with me, even though they didn't have a clue as to what was happening. But I did, and I am not crazy. I am using all of the traditions of the world to understand that this moment, which I am backdating to the year, on the Western calendar to 2000, is the moment of the new millennia beginning. And it is now coordinating with other cultures, not just the Western Greco-Roman, but with the Hindu, with the Judeo-Christian, Islamic, the Sarah Abrahamic cultures, or let's say we're uniting the women, Sarah, Keturah, and Hajara, as sun daughters, daughters of the sun, as Rachel was. And I am the living embodiment of all these Ras, all these women risen. And we say to the Abraham himself, just wait. You have to wait now. And let the women come forward first. And let their children come forward first. Those under age 37, female and male. And all the minorities and all those who were separated by distinctions of tribe and this and that and all these separations, instead of understanding that the tree of love and life is, with or without permission, fully integrated and connected. And I am blessing everyone that I ever knew. So, and I'm waiting for some to make amends toward me, but I also need to make amends toward them, or I call a woman and children amends. It's all of that. We all need a mutual apology, because I was late in rising and late in knowing who I was. And this caused some of the problem, because I lived too conventional a life, just like Sophie the Da Vinci Code. I was too conventional, and therefore the power of what I had to give was depleted for a long time. It is no longer. I have risen. I am going to stay risen. And we're going to make sure everyone around us knows. They do know something's happening. Okay. Now we need to get a... We're going to have to do this by ourselves, because we missed out on the But we already got the spiritual support of a very fine fellow who is going to help us and has the spiritual reason for being there and will help us more tomorrow. But we will let him know that we did it in his honor as well. I am the reincarnated first cousina of Mariam of Magdala and Jesus of Nazareth. I am also first cousina of Radha and Krishna. I am, in a sense, bringing forth a fuller Radha and Krishna and a fuller Mariama and Jesus, to include all their cousins and kin, and find the way to forgive them and give them the new doctrine. Now, we had given this phone line in of the hours that we usually hold our conferences to many people already. So we know we've communicated to the ability to be on this bridge. And even though they haven't come and maybe are not getting it yet, they were here through the invitation. Via my intercession and invitation, they are all here. Nothing will deter me. I have the power of the Mother, Father, Goddess, God. I don't care who calls me crazy. It doesn't matter. I have the love. I know the principal players. I know the problem, which is patriarchy. And I know the cure, which is the bringing together of the cousinas and the sisters and the mothers, and then all the sons, so that all people, poor and accumulated wealth, will have enormous longevity of life, quality of life, eternal youth, and open the stargates. That is the gift of the Mother, Father, Goddess, God that I do bring. It goes far beyond our mundane concepts of solar energy, but it includes them. It goes far beyond our concepts of wind energy, but it includes them. It says we don't need to let men whose wives are not talking with each other and their sisters think that nuclear power is needed, because we have a much greater power that is of the entire universe and is of the solar, S-O-U-L-A-R, solar, S-O-L-A-R, power. I think I want actually. We're learning how to use something here. I'm learning how to send this. I think it's going to take me to tomorrow to do this properly, but I'm getting going. So we want you to be known. We're going to be doing this again on Monday, but Monday is also a Sunday. See, this is the kind of thinking we have to understand. There isn't just one Sunday. Every day is a Sunday, and the sun is most powerful. And it isn't necessary to say it's most powerful on Sunday, although tradition tells us that it's nice to deliver things on a Sunday, midway between my birthday and the Day of Atonement. But this month will continue the month of Libra, which is all the month of balance. And and into October. And I am extending this backward in time to the year 2000. So we actually have at least another year before it's 2001 to complete the redemption of humanity, the restoration of humanity. I am giving myself what time that takes because I love humanity that much, and so does the Mother, Father, Goddess, God. And as fallen as we are right now, we really have entered, I have to be honest with you, Kali Yuga, hell. We have entered hell on earth. We have people who do not regard their human relationships with any love. They do not try to find justice amongst one another. They do not try to become mutual. We have many people who are very injured ethically in our society because a domination society produces that. And that's what we've been. That's why we have to leave patriarchy now. We have to leave it behind us as much as we've sort of re-entered it all over again. And we have some very blind, ugly people leading this charge. But they will not succeed because I am here and the Mother, Father, Goddess, God is watching. And even those who are complicit, And those who are aggressively commandeering it will not succeed, because I have the love of my children in my heart. I am carrying their light. They have a way to access it, and they will know about it tomorrow and the next day and before the day of atonement. So I know this will be sufficient. Putting these down for a minute while you can look at them while you're watching and listening. And again, the address, the number to call us is 213-416-1560. You are my children, and you are my sisters and brothers, all cousins and all cousinas and cousins. Everyone on earth is at somewhere between first and 50th cousins. The fifth and fourth cousins are very important, more than we thought. We have a lot of reincarnated cousins coming into our lives, cousinas and cousins, coming into our lives as our neighbors. Our neighbors are our family. They are reincarnated family for previous incarnations. We have to love every neighbor as family and every family as neighbor and as thyself. This is the way it works. And people are simply ignorant because they're used to shutting down. Frankly, the reason I'm having so much trouble is under patriarchy, people shut down the female, and we've gone back in that direction. And the females are so now caught in their own knot that they are shutting one another down. But they always did that under patriarchy. There's nothing new about that. So females play a big role in keeping patriarchy going. They over depend on men. They don't regard their own intelligence as important, and they don't regard love and connection as important. I know it is. I have the keys. Goddess, God, will extend the time for me this week and into the next week. And even if it takes, I don't know what the Greco-Roman season is around this month and time. I have to look into that. But Astra Rhea is the great justice. Even she goes even beyond the concepts of, she is the same as Durga. She is the same. And I am her, and I am as Hera of the Hebraic and Aramaic and Arabic traditions, and Rayet. I am those goddesses, Riszen, to say that what we need to look at is reforming the circle. Just the new millennial golden rule is a chocolate pill to save our planet. And I have delivered it. I delivered it in the spring, and I'm delivering it now again in the autumnal golden spring. Looks like this is going to take me till to tomorrow. I think I'm going to do a smaller mailing tonight, and the big one will go out Monday, Sunday. Monday, Sunday. My Monday, Sunday. Okay, so that's how we insert an attachment. As long as I am here, this world has a chance. As long as I am, even if I've run out and I've messed up the process terribly, I know too much for the universe to waste it. It won't. The universe will help me do this. It will extend the time. But something else, I don't know if I mentioned, one of our branches of family, we have many that are all intertwined. And one of our branches of family is connected. Well, all of our people are connected. We're connected to every poorest person and every so-called leader on the face of this earth. We're connected to the last. We're connected to the people that you think are first, but in fact are not. We're connected to everyone. One of them is Chelsea Clinton's new daughter, Charlotte. And that is because Chelsea's mother-in-law is directly connected to our family line, my family line. And I've actually spoken with her about these matters indirectly through her staff. But, you know, this is a sign of the way our women are dealing. They're in hierarchies and they all have staffs. And the call from a kazina is then treated with the understanding of its importance, because we as a culture don't value family. I'll say that. This is Rochelle One Family, and obviously we as a culture don't value family. We're the only culture in the world that doesn't have substantive paid family leave. Most of our people don't have any. And the only other countries on earth that have that situation, Liberia, Swaziland, and Papua New Guinea, have no organized workplaces. Therefore, they don't need that law. But we, with our industrialized, post-industrialized society, needed that. Or now we have something even better, which is the new Millennial Golden Rule, which will base work in and out of the home and any setting through the use of telecommunications. So you're always with your family and you're especially able to work at home. And that is the new paradigm. But I did want to say that because she was born the day after my birthday. And I think I mentioned Bell Hooks, Gloria Jean Watkins, and Amina Wadud, the great, brave woman who chose that she could challenge one of our most patriarchally embedded places of the world, the Middle East, to understand that women are as authoritative with their understanding of the universe as men are. Now, we have many people of the Islamic tradition who already knew that. The Sufis knew this, and the Baha'i know this. And what has happened with the Islamic tradition is that it got, just like Christianity, all caught up with state politics. And what you're seeing among the arguing among the Sunnis and the Shiites it's just very similar to what happened in Northern Ireland between the Protestants and the Catholics. It's all about stateism intertwining with religion to create minorities and majorities, instead of people recognizing that once women rise and understood to be intelligent and necessarily with a necessary intelligence, then all the religious boundaries disappear and we all become, as Mahatma Gandhi said, yes, I am a Hindu, a Christian, a Muslim, and a Jew. And when he said Hindu, he knew full well that the Hindus do and always have worshipped the goddess aspect of the deity process as much as the male god, and even more in many respects. And he spoke this before the word feminism even was mentioned anywhere. And he loved his wife Kasturba, and he favored the importance of women throughout his movement and untouchables, and that is the part of the new Millennial Golden Rule. Our Panchat Raj is the heritage directly from Kasturba and Mahatma Gandhi and their family, brought into being by Sonia and Rajiv. Now, the world has been kept from this by the media, and people trust the media. This is where the problem is. We have sociopaths running our media, and behind them are sociopaths running corporations that the media advertises for and fills the coffers of. The sad part is that these men don't know that I can give them the power of Q and eternal life. They'll be living a joyful vacation time on Riszen Prime on Earth if they follow the new Millennial Golden Rule. It's that their wives don't have the self-esteem to connect with each other and themselves and what they know inside themselves before they became dumbed down by patriarchy. That they would know that this is possible. And a person like myself, who had a very strong, loving mother figure, develops a different kind of intelligence that is more intuitive and more far-reaching. It is the same kind of intelligence that Alexander Graham Bell's mother had when she played with the miniatures that gave him the inspiration for the telephone. It is the same kind of intelligence that Newton's mother had when she discussed the world with him such that he was able to develop calculus later. And when women have education, they can bring these gifts themselves as well as give them to their daughters and sons to bring forth. This is what we're missing in this world. And it requires that people all have access to the internet and that they are able to recognize the value of the feminine loving connection. We are not at that point right now. We're the furthest thing from it. We have entered into hell. The women are not using the computer intelligently, and as a result, the situation is falling. But I am bringing it back up. In fact, that reminds me, I should call Ilsa. I better talk with her with Esther tomorrow. I think that's what I'll do, first thing in the morning. I hope it isn't too late for anyone that I know. God is God, and extend the time and extend even the day of atonement beyond the calendar date that has been set by men. That date was set by men, not set by women. There is no date for a date of atonement. The question is, does our heart extend the time so that we can give people the new millennial golden rule and they can catch up? That is the only issue, and that's my challenge, and I'm doing as best I can with it. Mine is the ultimate win-win scenario. It's not only the jubilee for the poor. This is the thing that the wealthy need to understand. It's the jubilee for them too. But if their ego is caught up in false hierarchy, they cut their nose off to spite their face. They want to be number one in a small pond rather than totally powerful, but sharing the number one position with everybody, every child of the Mother, Father, Goddess, God. You see the difference? One is win-lose, the other is win-win. And I am the ultimate in win-win, and I will bring this forth this week and this month, my month, the month of my birthday, not just the week or the day, but the month. And I will extend my children's lives for this purpose, and they will extend. They may get into some trouble because they haven't been listening to me, but I'm here and I'm talking to them. So let's see. Looks like we're going to have to wait on this software. So let me go back to another approach here. I'm just going to do some email composing, and then we're going to call some more people. And because we're not reaching our core group that we wanted to actually directly, but we reached their machines. And that will have to fulfill their consciousness for the moment. Deus ex machina, the machine will help them to grow and help them to learn. And we're using machines for that purpose. And when you transform machines to love, they have a different impact than if you're using them for not love. My machines are used for love, period. And question mark, well, exclamation point, not period, but exclamation point. But I learned my lesson today. There's no chasing people. You can just give them the message that you were on the air and that they were discussed and they were talked about in a loving way. and hope that they will then appreciate what you're doing and listen to what you're actually doing. Who knows if they will? This is a very strange time. People are using a lot of selective attention, and they keep screening out anything that has to do with the feminine self-esteem. That's because the self-esteem of women is so low, they're either ignoring that they have low self-esteem or they're masculinizing themselves. This is the danger, and men don't even notice it. That's the trouble with the male gender, is that it's oblivious, and many of them thrive consciously on their preeminence and hegemony, not understanding how it costs them in the end. It costs them every aspect of quality of life, but they don't see it because we're at a change point from one paradigm to another, and that's why people don't see the new paradigm, because it's at a change point. The real problem is that we didn't gradually change. We didn't develop paid family balance of love and work. We didn't develop that which we really need to develop. So it has to happen quickly and suddenly in a chocolate pill now. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't, I'm off for my next planet, I guess. And I love my children here, but I failed them. But I hope not, because I love the children here, and I think they could all be benefited, and I think it's not too late, because God is God. Will love this effort anyway. Now we're just composing our message that we're going to get out to people, that we did intercede on their behalf. I stood before, as almost as Moses did, but I invited more people than Moses did. Moses thought he was supposed to go by himself, and Jesus presented himself, or in the minds of his people, not so much he, in the minds of some of his apostles, he was above them. But if you read what Jesus wrote more carefully and what he worked at together with Mariam of Magdala, what they said together and wrote together, and the new gospels that we've discovered of Mariam, it's quite clear that he did not consider himself above anyone else. He was humble. And I am humble. I know I've made mistakes, huge mistakes, enormous. I'm very everyday person, but I do have a good intelligence and a great love, and a great love and a good intelligence. It's just that I did not, like most of us, I did not know that I was embedded in patriarchy. I did not realize that every aspect of the way my neighborhood was laid out in a grid, to what kind of uh, what was available at my supermarket, and why I had a supermarket in the first place instead of a farmer's market of people growing home food in their own area. Why was I paying electric bills? Why was I using a car? Well, all of the things that now I have nothing against cars. Cars are going to go electric and solar. But why was I doing this? I didn't question. I just took what was, what is. Why was it that and I'll look back on now on the social level, why was it that my aunts and mothers and their cousines did not get together more often to discuss the world from the feminine perspective? Why was that? Because they were socialized to recognize it as not being important. And when they did get together, they talked usually only about personal issues and left the world situation out. That cannot work. People have to be able to do both. Men have to be able to look at relationship issues, and women have to be able to look at the world and global realities and discuss them together within their own gender and then with each other. And men particularly need to listen to women, let them talk amongst each other and just listen, and then take back from it some of the learning that men have deprived themselves of because they haven't listened to women for so long, especially the men in so-called power. These men don't have any power. They have anti-power. They have the power of destruction, which is no power at all. From the perspective of Mother, Father, God is God, the fact that somebody can push a button and send a nuclear bomb is not power. It's anti-power, and it's dumb. The Mother, Father, God is God don't look like such people as powerful. They look at them as dumb, stupid, ape-like, instead of evolved. So if evolution means the balance of the love force and the decision and action force, it needs both. I'm doing both reasonably well at this moment, and I believe that God is God will give me the next day or two, and I will call them Sundays. I'm going to call tomorrow Monday a Sunday, and I'm going to call Tuesday a Sunday, because this is my week, and I am the goddess of the sun, Ra, Riszen, Astraea. So I get a week of Sundays. Okay, folks? That's the way it is. I get a week of Sundays out of love, and I love the moons too, the moon children and the children of all the various planets of the solar system that are in their horoscopes and all of that. I love them all, but I don't love patriarchy, and I'm not giving them a pass on it. Sounds like this situation with my Hangout makes it very difficult to enter into another program and have it function. It's slowing it down, so I have to do very slowly. I'll just wait. If anything, if I know what's going to happen right now, some of the people that shunned this conference today are going to get sick in various ways. They're going to get some real negative feedback from the universe. But I'm here for them, and they know it. I know they know that they're going to know the reason why. I think they're going to know the reason why. If not, their thinking is so distorted that there's no helping them anymore. And people like I will just have to hope that God reincarnates them, or gives them at least maybe a sabbatical, a time when they can think this through. Oh, this is very slow. It looks like alternate night doing this. But that's okay. I'm Astra Rhea. I connect the sun and the stars. And tomorrow is another Sun Monday. I'll call it Sun Monday. If I have to, I'll call tomorrow Sun Monday and Tuesday Sun Tuesday.